Today I'm gonna do my top 5 racket release of 2025. Let's go. So I'm gonna start with a little game. Try to guess in the comment section down below which one is gonna be my top racket. Starting at number 5, I think it's gonna be a surprise for some of you, but if you watch my review, you won't be surprised at all. I'm gonna start with the Ezone 98. The Ezone 98 is a great release for all the players who are seeking for comfort and in general that want to have an easy racket to play with. But the thing is, I feel like Yonex focused a bit too much on the problem that had the previous generation. The feel was incredible, but a lot of people had some issue with their arm playing with this racket for a longer time. And so they thought that increasing the comfort while maintaining the stability would be a good idea. And yes, it is, but the problem is that now we have, yes, an easy racket to play with, but it doesn't have any feel. And so even though I like I said, the stability, the fact that it's an easy racket to play with, you have a lot of power, I just don't like the fact that this racket is a bit too much muted, and that's why I've picked the 98 over the 100. The 100 was cool too, but I just feel like the 98 brings a bit more feel compared to the 100, so that's why I decided to go with the Ezone 98. At number 4, I'm gonna go with a racket that can create a lot of debate. I decided to go with the Babolat Pure Drive 98. And it's a bit the opposite of what I've talked with the Ezone. I didn't like the fact that the Ezone was getting too comfortable, but for this one, I like the fact that the Pure Drive is getting more comfortable. But I can get that a lot of you played with a lot of generation of the Pure Drive, and you might feel like this one breaks a bit the rule of a Pure Drive, being a powerful and stiff racket. But I just like the extra feeling that this new generation is bringing, and I decided to go for the 98 because I just feel like 98 square inch head size are the type of racket that I like a bit more. So in general, the Babolat Pure Drive 98 is a great update, and so that's why it's at the number 4 spot. At number 3, I have two rackets that honestly was tough for me to decide. I have the Head Radical MP and Pro. I really like the improvement. I was a big fan of the executive version of the Head Radical Pro, but not of the MP at all. I felt like the feeling was a bit too plasticky, but with this new generation, it's not the case at all. You feel like this racket is stable, and I don't know, there's a small improvement that changed it all. And on the other side, the Pro remains really good. It's a small subtle change, but it's still really nice, and I like the fact that this racket has a lot of plow through, but it's doing everything great. You know, it's great from the baseline, great at the net, great for serve, great for return. So in general, I really enjoyed the Head Radical MP and Pro. At the second spot, I have to go with the Head Gravity Tour. I feel like it's a great addition to the Head Gravity lineup. We were missing a 98 square inch head size racket in this line, and that's definitely a great racket. It lives up to the expectation. A bit like the Radical, you know, it's a racket that is doing everything well, but compared to the Radical, I feel like this racket is a bit less maneuverable, more stable, so you need to prepare a bit earlier. But in terms of serve, that's great. You still have a lot of feel, a lot of power. So yeah, and this racket is also really comfortable, so I was really surprised to see that this racket was living up to the expectation, and so that's why it deserved the top 2 spot. And another thing that is a bonus, but it's the cosmetic. It's incredible, and it's glossy too. Before going with my top racket of 2025, just a reminder that if you're not subscribed, you can do it, and put a like, it will always help me. And at the number 1 spot, I have 2 rackets, the Tecnifibre T5 300S and 305S. Those 2 rackets combine everything that I like from a tennis racket. They're quite maneuverable, they're stable, and they're in the perfect range of weight that I like. So 300 grams for the 300S and 305 grams for the 305. The thing that I like with those rackets is that they're modern. They can put spin, they can accelerate pretty good, you can do drop shot, you can go to the net, you can serve well. In general, those rackets are bringing everything to the game. Obviously, those are control-oriented racket, but they are modern control-oriented racket. What I mean by that is just that it's not too much. It's not like, let's say, a Prestige, so you can still generate a lot of pace. And what I like is the fact that this racket creates a heavy ball when you're hitting with it. So here you have my top 5 racket released in 2025. Hope you all like it. Don't forget to like, comment, and to subscribe, and see you next time. Bye bye.